Kawhi Leonard can't play for USA men's basketball. He was replaced on that team by Derek White, which means that there are 3 Boston Celtics on the USA men's basketball team. There is Jrue Holiday, who was believed for a long time to be on this team. There is Jason Tatum, of course, and Derek White. Now, the Woj guy at ESPN had reported, like, if someone was going to leave the team, Derek White was the replacement. I guess he'd been reporting this for a while, but the question is why? Jaylen Brown put at Nike, "This is what we're doing." John brought up earlier in the show that when Kyrie Irving lost his shoe deal, he went after Nike on Twitter, right? Jaylen Brown?
Yes.
So it's been long believed by a lot of people in media and around the NBA that Nike has a big say in who makes USA men's basketball, apparently, which is what you want. That's what the Olympics were really created for, is to have amateur athletes perform in these sports, to toss that all away, have pro athletes, and have the shoe companies ultimately pulling the strings. So it's just one big marketing opportunity. How about screw the Olympics? How about who cares? I actively root against the USA in basketball. I really do.
We've talked about this. This was from 4 years ago. We discussed this.
Yes. Yeah. Now, no one loves the USA more than me. No one.
That's wrong. If you love the USA, you'd root for
no
USA
one
basketball.
loves no. I identify as a U.S. citizen.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, my pronoun is USA.
Got it.
That's my daughter told me that on the 4th of July.
Oh,
She's like, my pronoun's USA, and I actually thought it was funny. I'm like, where'd you hear it? She goes, I made it up. And I'm like, I'm not positive you did. Well, Grant Hill is the guy who's speaking for USA basketball. He says you get 12 spots, and you have to build a team, and one of the hardest things is leaving people off that roster that I'm a fan of, that I look forward to watching throughout the season, throughout the playoffs, guys who've been to the finals, MVPs, guys who've been part of the program, guys who've won gold medals, guys who I respect and admire and enjoy watching, which tells you nothing. But the responsibility that I have is to put together a team, and a team that complements each other, a team that fits, a team that will give us the best opportunity for success. And so whatever theories that might be out there, they're just that, but that's my responsibility. There is not a team in the world, that would take Derek White over Jaylen Brown. There just isn't. Derek White's not nearly as good as Jaylen Brown. He's the superior player. You can make a million things. And I understand having a Draymond Green or a Shane Battier on a U.S. team, one guy, right? Like one defensive guy, like one glue guy, one guy that if things get rough, like can handle it.
That would arguably be Jrue Holiday for this team.
Exactly. So when Jrue Holiday was put on the team, no one said, I wonder why that is.
Yeah.
Because you could say, like, why would you put him? He's not as good as Kyrie Irving, or like, why would you put him? He's not as good.
Universally, he's liked. He's an elite defensive player.
He's not as good as Jalen Brunson. Like,
right.
Why is he on the team? But you know why? Because he's an elite defensive player who's been in these championships and da-da-da-da-da. And so you get, like, one guy. As I said before, Shane Battier's been on an Olympic team, and Shane Battier wasn't one of the top, 12, 15 players in the NBA, and he was on the team, and you knew why. He was defense. We'll tell you. Country Day kid, Detroit Country Day kid. He went to, he was a defensive guy, a rebounder. He was going to be not selfish. But the comp for Kawhi Leonard, who's a good defensive player, but is a superstar in the NBA and can score, is Jaylen Brown's a good defensive player who could score in the NBA. Jaylen Brown's better than Derek White. He's more valuable for the team. I don't think that there's any doubt that this decision was made not with basketball in mind. There's no doubt about it. You can't have 3 players from a team on a all-star team and leave the second best player off.
Leave the finals MVP out of the conversation. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. And it's really bold by Nike to be this in your face with it. It'd be like an umpire calling a ball in the dirt, strike 3,
yeah,
because he had money on the other team.
Why'd you do that? I don't like this guy. So I call strike three.
Yeah, or I had money on the game, obviously. Like I'm blowing huge calls, like not being subtle about it, like just going, I'm calling a penalty on everything because there's 2 minutes left and I need the Knicks to win. Like that, I mean, you think you would be a little more subtle about it, but this is really just Jaylen Brown has done something that I hate doing this because this is just, but and I'm not speculating that he did it at all, but there's only two reasons why this would happen. A, he's done something that they don't like or they're afraid is going to come out, which I highly doubt. Because the whole thing about him being controversial is nonsense. He's not nationally controversial. No one knows anything about Jaylen Brown nationally. He's not a story nationally. The only thing people know about Jaylen Brown is that he won a championship, was Finals MVP. They don't know anything. They don't know where he went to college. They don't know that he supported Kyrie Irving. No one knows any of that. USA basketball does, but it's not going to be a story in the Olympics.
No,
the USA men's basketball team is not the biggest story in the Olympics. There's a lot of this is the time to have a problem is during the Olympics if you're an Olympic athlete because that's there's some figure skater that's gonna like smoke crack or get hit with like a pipe like there's something's gonna happen in the Olympics. I'm not worried about Jaylen
every
Brown.
single year.
Yeah, I mean
it's always a figure skater. It's the last one you'd suspect.
Or there's a in the Winter Olympics, there's some snowboarder that they shake their finger at because he tests positive for weed, and then he goes on the Tonight Show and becomes famous for 5 seconds. Or Ryan Lochte, pees on all over a bathroom and disgraces himself.
Still, yeah.
But so don't buy. I don't. There's so I let's. That would just be a reason, but I can't believe that's the reason. So the only other reason is that Jaylen Brown was with Adidas. He doesn't have a major shoe contract now. And he had badmouthed Nike in the past. That's why you would keep him off. Because I don't even think you would keep Kyrie Irving off the team based on his comments. But, okay, I'll ask you this. Who would you put on the team, Jalen Brunson or Kyrie Irving, if you had to pick one? Not based on the formula of the team, but just if you had to pick one.
If you take the personality out of it, Kyrie's much better player.
See, I take Brunson. I think Brunson's a better scorer. And after what I saw in the finals from Kyrie, I think I'd take Brunson. My point is this.
Okay.
It's debatable. My point is it's debatable. Okay?
Okay.
So take Kyrie Irving out of the picture because I don't think he would have made the team anyway because I would have put Brunson on before Kyrie. But at least that's a debate. There's literally no debate that Jaylen Brown's a better player than Derek White. And they play similar. They're similar size. Yeah. Jaylen Brown's bigger. There's Derek White 6'4". How tall is Kawhi? 6'8"?
Yeah,
6'9".
Jaylen Brown's a taller player. He's scores more. He's a all NBA player.
What are you afraid he's get like? It's not like he is Luka Doncic and like doesn't play defense.
And these guys consider everything, whether it's Grant Hill or Team USA. So they're thinking about, all right, what does this really mean for not just the team, but for the player too? And every player wants a gold medal. I don't think any of these guys don't want to participate. But we're going to ask Derek White to go to this. Does he have anything going on? His wife just had a baby. What are we asking him to do? To go away for a couple of months, a month at least. It's a long time. Where do they go first?
Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
That's next week. London after that.
And Abu Dhabi is right on page with the whole amateur athletic competition thing. I'm sure there's no money grab going to Abu Dhabi.
So while you are giving them a spot on the Olympic team where they are favorites to win the gold medal. I think they are. But how could they?
Yeah,
they are.
Okay,
they are.
So. But it's also kind of an ask at the same time where the guy who deserves the spot more and who would be better on the team is the guy who, as far as I know, doesn't have a brand new kid at home either that he's going to have to leave for a month. But no, you don't ask him. You go to Derek White.
And plus, Jaylen Brown is precisely the player that wants to play for USA men's basketball because he feels he's underappreciated and this could take him to the next tier of fame and make him a lot of money. He's precisely the guy that wants to play for USA basketball. The kind of guys that turn it down are Kawhi Leonard, that are older and have done it. Like, that's who it doesn't mean anything to.
Yeah.
Like, Steph Curry's turned it down twice. Like, Steph Curry's doing it because it's his last chance. But Steph Curry turned down the USA basketball one time because he was tired. So, like, that's the guys who turn it down. Jaylen Brown doesn't turn down the chance to be on a world stage. Jaylen Brown wouldn't turn that down ever. You shine at the international level, you just be associated with that team, that millions and millions and millions of dollars marketing. And your chances of going all NBA are completely, that's in your favor. Because that's just a popularity vote at a certain point when you get down to a certain level. And so if you were one of the guys at USA men's basketball, that's huge for you. I mean, everyone's wetting themselves over the way that kid played at the high school kid played.
Cooper Flagg
played in a scrimmage. Of course, Jaylen Brown wants to be on this team. It raises. He doesn't have a major shoe deal. I mean, this gives him a major shoe deal. So it is odd, and very much in the spirit of the Olympics. But I got to pick a team to root for.
And if Kevin
whoever the Grateful Dead doesn't like,
and if Durant doesn't end up being able to
What I
play,
was saying before, are they actually going to skip him again?
you have to because you can't put 4 Celtics on that team. You can't do that.
No, that's true.
Because if I'm an NBA owner, I'm like, and I'm going to Nike. Screw you.
Yeah.
Like you can't. I'm going to Nike. No way. You can't. If I'm an NBA owner, I'm calling BS on this whole thing. If you put 4 Celtics on the team, F you. No way. You share it. If I'm any other owner, no way.
That's true.
No way. You don't get Holiday and White. No way. No way do you add a 4th. I'm going BS. Fred Toucher, would go crazy.
And then maybe Brunson gets the call this time.
Oh, Jesus. And then so they just sacrifice that height at every position.
Yes.
It doesn't mean anything.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Toucher and Hardy here. For more Celtics analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.